Hello everyone, I'm Tommy from Crossing Tommy, and today I want to talk a little bit about the kind of like hustle culture hiding in YouTube. I don't have like super deep thoughts on this, so let's just be real. You are chilling with me in my kitchen. I was gonna make a cup of coffee with you because that is part of what I've been doing with my vlogs, but then I made a cup of coffee and thought about this, so I was like, well, we can talk even though I've already made my cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, that's like part of why I wanted to talk in the first place is sorry, just had a camera problem, but like I walked around for a little bit today. I had actually two separate videos that I was thinking about filming while I made some bread, and while I made some soup and whatever, and I was going to talk about like, you know, well, spoiler alert, some upcoming videos are going to be about discussing how to handle your comment section with grace and wisdom, especially from a biblical or Christian worldview. But aside from that, also another video that I'm working on is going to be talking about the disparity between men and women represented in apologetics online, and if there's a real science-backed reason for that. So, riveting content, I know. But if you're here for that, that'd be cool. Those are upcoming videos I'm working on. But I was trying to like formulate my thoughts because I make videos because I think about these things and I care about these things. And when I care about these things, I research these things. I don't know why I'm still standing. We're gonna go have at least half of this cup of coffee because see that little cake over there? My sister-in-law made a cake and I gotta tell you, I wanna eat some of it. It's one of those days. Okay, so there is this real pressure, this real like hustle culture pressure to always produce something. And I'm in this season right now where I have reduced what I produce. Okay, unintentionally rhyming, my bad. But I am trying this whole new approach for a little while because honestly, it just fits with where I'm at right now. For those of you who don't know, you know, I'm grieving the loss of my father, and it's made me different. It's made me like able to produce content like at a different pace. And I found myself feeling less than because of that. And like really down on myself, like, oh, I can do this, you know, and then I thought, how did I back myself into the corner of hustle culture? How did I back myself into the corner of like feeling sometimes like my worth is tied to like literally what I put out into the world? Like I already put things out into the world. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a homeschool mother, and like I'm already doing important work by being present for those people and relationships and tasks. So like, why am I feeling like if I don't make the YouTube videos at a certain schedule that I'm less than, or that I'm not, you know, making it, or when I see my numbers go down because, you know, whatever, like, I don't have that many ranked videos, and that's okay. You probably don't even know what that means, or maybe you do, and that's why you're here. But ranked videos means that it's videos that people come back for or are searching for often, and often enough that you don't have to just put out new content week by week, but you put out content that someone's always looking for. Like, I don't know, how to change the brake pads on a car, or how to change the brake pads on a 2010 Honda Civic or something. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Okay, I guess that was a bad example because actually then that gets pretty niche because like how many people have a 2010 Honda Civic? Comment, like leave me a comment if you have a 2010 Honda Civic. That would be hilarious. But the thing is that when you get busy, and you can see like your reach and you can see how your content is responding in the algorithm, you start to feel like, oh, that's such a good win. If I just do a little bit more, I'll get there, wherever there is. Or you think like, oh, that one didn't do so well, but you know what? I'm going to learn from it and pivot. And before you know it, you're like pivoting constantly. You're pivoting so much that you've turned yourself around in circles. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's just really sad to think that like this thing that started so purely, you know, can turn into something you put a lot of pressure on yourself for. And so in my other video, I talked a lot about making sure you understand your why. And this is the reason, right? It's times like this when you need to take a step back and keep your eyes on the purpose of why you made videos. Let me tell you a little story. So a few months ago, I made a video that actually cost me money to make. And I was glad to make it because ultimately, you know, it turned into a nice time like between my daughter and I too, and all that other stuff. So like more came out of it than just some YouTube video. Not that I'm not grateful to make videos here. Of course I am, duh, hello. But you know, it's just, it can't be the only reason that you do certain things unless it's really profiting you. So that's another side to the conversation, I'm sure. But until this profits you like a job, so you have to have that job mentality and just say like, it doesn't matter if I feel like it, I have to just do it. Like you need to keep your eyes on your whys. Otherwise, your motivation won't carry you through. Discipline is what shows up when motivation doesn't. And so if you have a strong backbone and a strong why, then you'll be more disciplined to do the tasks that you don't feel motivated to do. But a few months ago, I made a video and I got a product for it, and I enjoyed it and I thought it was fun, and it took me, oh my goodness, I'm like ashamed to admit it. It took me like 3 full work days to edit. It was a beast. I don't know what I did. I messed some things up and I couldn't fix it, and I kept working at it, whatever. And that video got like 12 views in the first month. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really sad, and I didn't go back and touch that kind of video again. And I still haven't. And that was like 8 months ago. Okay. So I'm doing some inventory on my channel, and I'm wondering if I should cut loose some things that don't really work with my algorithm anymore, and all that stuff. And I'm looking, and lo and behold, when I am not paying attention, not promoting it, not releasing shorts from it to gain more attention to it again, you know, nothing. That video is dead to me. It died at 12 views in a month, okay? You understand? I go back and look at that video, and it has like 300 something views now. Now I know you're like deep eye roll. You're like, ooh, 300, look. I am a tiny channel. If I quit tomorrow, no one will notice, okay? You should just be real about who you are and who you aren't. But I went and looked at some other videos too. I had a video about cozy video game releases for fall 2022, okay? These are all relevant to games that were being released or should be played in fall 2022. Well, all those games are out now, okay? That video is still getting views. So I just changed it up a little bit. Like the last time I checked that video, it was at like 800 views, and now it's at like 1,800 views. So the things that you make, they might take time to get going on, but if you really care about them and they really align with your why, and they're really at least halfway decent, whether it's halfway decent in connection or halfway decent in content, I do believe that they will find the people they are intended to find. Now, it doesn't mean don't improve, I don't think, but I think what I'm trying to say is like, we all just get so focused. I get focused on like, this is a good idea. This works for people. And I have a message that I care about, and I have had success in other kinds of content creation. So I'm gonna push hard for YouTube, and You know, I saw success. I saw some initial success. I saw numbers that other people weren't seeing, and I was like, I figured it out. I figured out what people wanted. And then I think I talked about some no-no topics, and some of my content didn't go as far as I thought it would, whatever, right? And so I told myself, like, I am on the path to partner in a few months, and I'm going to get there. This is great. And when that didn't happen, I felt like it was because of me. It was the me factor, that I couldn't quite get it to like that level of success and output. And you know what? I'm sure there's an element of truth to that, okay? I'm not a great content creator. I want to be, but I'm still learning so much, and there's so much to learn. But I just don't think that it's only that. I think that we need to have more of like a realistic timeline. And if you don't have a realistic timeline, or you're not in a niche that is incredibly fast moving, which by the way, there's like 4, okay? And one of the top niches that's growing on YouTube, where people are seeing a lot of success and a lot of monetary success, is how to grow on YouTube. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it kind of feels like that Spider-Man meme, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like, oh, they're all pointing at each other, like, you want to grow on YouTube? Yeah, follow me, I make videos on how to grow on YouTube. And it's like, you know I'm kind of adding to that right now by making this kind of commentary, but the whole point to this series, in my opinion, is to just share some of my thoughts and hopefully equip you with just, I don't know, a little voice of reason, a little voice of experience, and a little voice of balance. You know, lengthen your expectations so that you can maintain your why and keep your eyes focused on what really matters, so that if you need to take a step back, or you need to walk away for a season, or you can't be as productive as you were in that season and push out content and go fast and go hard and do the things, that's okay. Because you have a confidence that what you have on your heart to talk about will be there and will be able to be talked about. By the way, the other niches that are growing really fast outside of how to grow on YouTube are finance, personal development, like productivity, and surprisingly, like doing well in college and school, like being productive in college and school. Like that's like a sub niche that's doing really well. And so, like, these are things that shouldn't surprise us, right? Where people are full of hope and opportunity, but also want systematic success. And I can't tell you the number of like YouTubers that I've actually talked to and asked, like, how did you get to where you are? And they said, so many failures. I failed a lot. I tried a lot of things that I thought were really going to work, until finally I had one video go, or one video, and then after that I had 3 videos go, and then all of a sudden that was just like the status quo. So I do think that there's just a level of truth to that, and I think that it's okay if we can't be productive, and I think that we need to just keep our eyes and heart focused on what truly matters. All right, I did not make it through halfway my cup of coffee, but I want to close out this video by just saying that I'm praying for you, and that if it's your heart to, you know, share your love and your passion, or encourage people, or share knowledge, or whatever, and you want to use YouTube as a vehicle to do that, I hope that these videos help you to, and give you a pretty realistic mindset. And if you happen to check out my learning YouTube playlist, that'd be cool. If you have any like questions that you would kind of like to hear my perspective on, that'd be fun and nice to talk about over some coffee. And yeah, I'm just so glad to get to talk with you. I'm so glad for social media existing. I'm so glad really for YouTube. And just remember, you don't have to produce all of the time. And it's really important to lock in on your why, even if your why has surrounding topics that kind of touch or whatever. And then you need to ask yourself if it's really worth it. Just like total side note, because it takes a lot. And I don't think people are honest enough about that. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of research. It takes a lot of equipment, no matter what people say. And like, even when you make it, it takes a lot. All right. God loves you, and I do too. Thanks so much. See you next time.